Here is the second one. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. I hope everyone is having a good morning so far. Today we're going to be talking about Flipgrid. Flipgrid is a video-based discussion board. So rather than having our students type out their answers, they record themselves answering specific questions that we give them. And then students can come back in, they can watch each other's videos and then respond to them. It's just a really fun way. I describe it to the high school students as the educational version of Snapchat. And I described when I got some of the elementary students into it, I told them that they would be YouTube stars for the day. So fun ways that they can get in there. It'll be a really fun thing for the students, especially now that they're not able to see their classmates every day. They can really use this as a way to sort of interact with their classmates from their home. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And I'm going to start here. So here, there we go. So this is what Flipgrid looks like. It's just flipgrid.com. It was bought out by Microsoft last year, but they still have full access for Google users as well. So yay for us. It is 100% free. So even after this situation gets cleared up, you can definitely still use this in your classroom beyond this. So to sign up, you'll go to Educator Sign Up, or if you've already signed up, you'll go to Educator Login, and you'll sign up with Google. Students do not need an account to do this. They'll just enter a code, or they'll open up a link that you give them. So they won't need any kind of codes or accounts or anything like that. So I'm going to go ahead and get into my account. Maybe. And we did put a link to Flipgrid in Clever. It's under video collaboration. So it's just another place. It will not do the single sign-on, so it won't sign you in automatically, but it will remember your password once you've registered. So you can go there for quick access if you're going through Clever for a lot of your stuff. So this is what it looks like. You can see that I have a few things already on here that I've done with some students and some teachers this year so far. It always starts at My Grids. That's where your classes are created. You also have the My Activity, and this is sort of your summary of what's available, what you've done on Flipgrid. So it'll tell you how many hours of engagement you've had across all of your grids, how many grids you've launched, how many topics you have, how many videos have been seen, how many this week, and then how many views they have. And they give you little badges and that kind of stuff to really celebrate any of the achievements that you do with your students on here. You can see some of those recent videos that are found here. So I'm going to start with My Grids. My Grids, as I said before, is where your classes are at. So when you click on Add New Grid, it will ask you to name your grid. So this is for your class, and then you'll do different discussion boards for each class. So you can have this for different subjects if you're elementary, or if you are in secondary, this could be for each period. So like their example here, I'll just do ELA period 3. And the thing I like the best about Flipgrid is the fact that it is very secure. Even though we're doing recordings and we're posting our students' faces, it's really secure. Unless you're giving outside permission, no one can see these videos beyond you. So the way they have that done is they have it through school email, student ID, or it's public. So I always do through our school email. And then it will give you a code. You can change that, but I don't really think it makes a big difference. And so once I've done that, I'll click next. And then it's going to ask me for that school email. So it's going to look for our students to come in, and they're only going to let people into that Flipgrid class if they have an @wildluke.net email. So parents can't access this. Students outside of our district can't access it. You can have multiple ones. So like if you have a student teacher that might have a different email than you, you can put them in there to sort of make sure that they're able to access that. But it really limits who's able to come in and who isn't. So once you have put that in, click next, and you're now ready to go. Your Flipgrid has been created. You can then share this with for me, my period 3 ELA class, or I can just go straight to my grid. So I'm going to do that. So here's where I can start getting it ready to go for my class. Every period or every grid will have a code, and then you'll have another code for specific discussion boards. So you can present it just as that discussion board or as a whole. It's entirely up to you. You can also add a co-pilot or like a co-teacher if you want them to come in and participate in that. The way you share this out, you can share it as an embedded code. This is for Microsoft. For Google Classroom, through Remind, you have a link or a QR code. So lots of different ways that you can really share this out with our students. The edit grid will give you a lot more options than when you were building it. So you have what you had to start off with. You can change it if you want to add a few more people for emails. You can start going down here. So receive email notifications when new student videos are submitted. Sometimes this can get a little overwhelming in a class. When I did this in a couple of the teachers' classes this fall, I would get 30 different emails all back to back as they were getting posted. So sometimes it does get a little overwhelming. You can have that turned off or say, hey, just every week, I'm gonna get an email with everyone that's been posted, or have every new video coming in as well. Students can download and share their own videos. So if they want to download the video they create and then post it somewhere else, they're more than welcome to do that. As of right now, I can always turn that off as well. So they cannot download any of their classmates' videos though, it's just their personal one. They can have captions, so it's auto-generated, but for our students that might be hard to not be able to see or might want that, you can turn captions on. Students can receive an email notification when new topics are created and new videos are recorded. That's just gonna, some of our students will be using their email and it might get a little overwhelming for them, so I always have that turned off. This is the thing I like the best, the active state. Sometimes we want our discussion boards to be up, but we don't want them to be continually posting to it. So we can always have it as active or hidden. And so if we're building a bunch of discussion boards, but we don't want them to see the ones that you're building, you can have it as hidden and then just open it up and make it available for them to see when you're ready for that. So you can change when it's available, when it's not. And then you can change the picture to really anything. You can upload a picture, you can use the ones that they have here to really update your grid. If you make any changes, make sure you're doing that update grid, and that will save it. So I'm next going to go through adding a new topic. So they always create a pre-made topic for you. You can use that one, or you can click the pinkish red button and say add new topic. Add the title, and then this is really nice. You can only have up to 10 minutes. And actually they just changed this with the distance learning. They now have it as 10 minutes. It used to be at just 5 minutes. So you can limit how long your students can talk. So if you're wanting just something really brief, you can make it as short as you want to really make sure that they are brief in their explanation, that they're not going on and on. And also is nice for you too, because you don't have to sit there and listen to 50, 30-minute, videos. You just have to listen to 52-minute videos instead. So pick out that. You can add a prompt. You can also add a focus. So you can record a video for yourself, giving them explanation. You can upload a video. You can go to YouTube and have the students watch a video. You can upload an image, something from Google, Nearpod, Newsela, Wonderopolis, all these different places. So it gives them the ability to, if you're posting a video, like a YouTube video, they watch the video, you give them a prompt of, all right, after you watch this video, explain, what you thought about this part, and they have it all available through the Flipgrid. So I'm just going to say tell name, age, favorite animal. So the students that are coming in here, they're going to introduce themselves. Just do a basic one, and then I'll click that create topic. And it'll give me the same options that the grid does. I can link it to something, I can do a QR code, I can share it to Google Classroom or Remind, any way that I want. So it's now ready to go. I'm gonna go up to this edit topic because there's a lot more edit features here as well. Go through, if I wanna add a picture now or a video instead, I can do that. If I wanna give my students a topic tip, so this could be a sentence starter, or it could be the beginning of an equation if you're having them do math. It's really up to you on if you want to use this or not. You can add links or attachments on here for Google Docs or YouTube, and that kind of stuff can be found here. And then these are some really nice classroom management tools. The video moderation means that it will not upload to the class discussion board until you have viewed it and approved it. So if you have those students that you know will just create a random video that has absolutely nothing to do and it will sort of take them off task, you can have that turned on. And then when the videos are coming in, they will come to your email, you approve it, and then it will show up. You can also have it, yes, Amber. Amber, did you have a question?
Yes.
Yeah.
I do. Sorry, I forgot to unmute. Does this thing, you mentioned, Lord, you mentioned writing equations. Does it do math type?
No, it does not, unfortunately.
Okay.
But you can have the students, if like you want them to explain how they got to the answer, you can give them the equation and then they have to explain it in a video format.
Well, that's what I was asking about. How do I give them the equation? Can I type it in Google and then paste it in, or? You
could put it in that topic tip or in the prompt, or you can add it as, if you give them a video, you can have them, record it and have it as like a whiteboard and write it out yourself.
Oh, okay, okay. All right. So all right. Thank you.
Yeah, sorry. You're welcome. All right, so you can also, as of right now, with our student-to-student replies, when a student posts a video, the other students can view it and then they can respond with another video to that student. You can have that turned off if you know that your students will not respond politely, and so you can always have that turned off there. You can also have a launch and freeze date. So you want it to be launched at 12:01 on tomorrow, and then you want it to stop being available starting on Monday. So it's entirely up to you if you want to have those dates so that it's no longer available for them to use. And then there is that active, the frozen is the view only. So the students can still go in, they can still see each other's responses, but they cannot post anything new to that. And then here's all the different video features. And I will go through and show you how the different features, what these look like. They can add filters, stickers, drawings, text to their videos and their selfies right now. And starting off, I really recommend you continue letting them do that. It will get them comfortable with the program itself and get them comfortable having their faces on a screen. And then you can gradually get rid of that and have it where it's only in the selfie part. So the students will record themselves, they listen to their recording, decide if they like it or if they want to restart, and then they take a selfie, which is sort of the sticker that everyone sees on the discussion board. So you can have that where they have all those options, they have none of those options, it's only available in the videos or in the selfies. It's entirely up to you on how you want to set this up. Students can trim and rearrange their video clips. So like if they mess up in the middle and they don't like that, or at the very end they forgot to click stop, they can get rid of that. You can have that turned off. They can also link Google Docs to their videos, and students can also like it or not. It will show how many times the video has been viewed. They will give it a title. And they can also add sticky notes. So like, you know, little yellow boxes at the top that they can type information in there as well. For you as the teacher, you can provide basic feedback or you can do custom feedback through rubrics. So the basic feedback is just going on there, giving them a verbal feedback on that. Or you can click custom, upload a rubric that you want them to follow, and then you can use that to sort of give them feedback on it. And just like last time, make sure that you're updating that topic. So it's all ready to go. This is the student, or the staff perspective, what you as the teacher will see. You'll see a long list of all the students' videos found here. And then this is the Flipgrid code that you will share as the students. If you click on that, it will take you through as if you're a student. So you'll log in with Google, because remember it's looking for that @Waluke email. And then this is what the students will see. They'll see ELA period 3. There's the introduction. There is their explanation of what they need to do. And then they get this big green plus sign, and that is where they click to respond. So I will click on that, and you will see what all the students have options for. So it starts off with here. You start with filters. So it has a sun filter, a cool filter, super warm, super cool, old town, black and white, super black and white, and then it's got pixelated. And I know a lot of the kids love the pixelated feature. If they want to get rid of the filter, they just click that clear filter. They can put text of different colors in, so I can put this. I want to type over here. So they can type in their names, they can type in different information if they want. They have a paint feature, so they have different colors of paint. Go on here, draw different things. Have that option. Anytime they have something that they want to clear, if they have like a ton of different things on here, they can just click that top clear button and it will go away. They also have a whiteboard or a blackboard. So if they don't want to show their faces whatsoever, or they're really trying to just explain exactly how they're doing things, they can turn on the whiteboard, turn on the text or the drawing, and they can draw different things here. So they can do all that. And then that was this is the blackboard. So just full black. And then they have the custom stickers. So if they have an image they want to pop up and show, or for me, I had a Bitmoji, so I can upload a Bitmoji sticker on here if I want. And so that's found there. And then last but not least, they have some stickers. And the stickers, I think, are the most fun that the kids have, and they are very creative on how they're using these stickers. I'm always really surprised when I go into class and I start seeing how they're using those stickers. It's very entertaining. So they have all kinds of different ones they can use. It starts small, but you can have it as big as you want, and then it can cover the face. And so, or they can have it on the side, flip it upside down, and they can have as many stickers as they want on here starting off. So lots of different features. You can see I have it as only 1:30 allowed. So they have that there. And then once they're ready to go, there we go. Once they're ready to go, they'll click the red button. So I'll just click on that, get started. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, here we go. And then I'm going to pause it. So if I don't like that, I already know I don't like it, I messed up, I can click that redo, it will delete everything and I can start over again. Or if I think, okay, I think I like that, let me go to the next one. And this is where they can re-watch their video. They can add more, so if they say, oh, you know, I didn't get everything, let me go back, they can do that. They can edit how long they want it to be. They can download the video if they're ready here. And then once they're done, they'll click next. And then this is where that selfie's at. And so this is where some of the students go crazy with the stickers. They'll have, I have one student that had a sticker of a donkey with headphones on with like a rainbow around it. Like it's so entertaining, and it's so funny watching the pictures that they have posted. But so I'm going to put a sticker on here. So I think I want to be an astronaut today. So I'll take my picture. They can redo their selfie as many times, and then they click next. And the very last thing they're going to do before this is posted to their the board, maybe, oh, there it goes. It's going to upload, and then they're going to have to title it. And it always starts with their first name, last initial, and that's the display name, so you know who's posted and who hasn't. They can put in, here is my introduction video. If they have something that they're referencing, they can always link it here, and then they submit the video. And so there it is, they're celebrating, you posted it. This is again where they can download that video. They can download their selfie if they're like, hey, I really liked how I looked in that. And then once they're done, they'll click that complete button. And you can see that now my video is now available on the discussion board. Students can then click on it, they can re-watch it. And then when they're ready, if they, a lot of teachers will say, okay, watch all of your classmates and then respond to 2. And to reply, they click on this little button here. And then they have to reply. And it's all video based, which I think is a lot of really good practice for our students. And it's just a lot of fun too. So let me double check and see if we have any questions. You probably could. It's not live for music rehearsals, so you would definitely have to, give them the information, then they would post it and then you could view it at a later date. If you're wanting to do full music, I would actually suggest using Zoom. There's been a few things on the news that have shown like full choirs are using Zoom to clip and look at different things like that. Devices, so you can use it on a Chromebook, any kind of laptop computer, tablets. I believe it's both on Samsung and Apple computers. It's available on both phones, both types of phones. It's just an app. So it's really readily available for anything. On the websites or on the computers, it's all web-based with those apps available for our computer or for our tablets and our phones. So if you wanted to do something where you're doing, showing them a picture of your garden outside, you can definitely, instead of taking your computer and walking out, you can just have it on your phone and do that. And same with our students. So looks like I have all the questions answered. So this is just a bit of an explanation. I'm going to go ahead and go back to the educator perspective and show you a few more features that are available. The Mixtape is something that is a lot of fun to do if you are having students use it from the beginning to the end of the year. For our EL students that are practicing their English, this could be really fun to show them how well they progressed. They progressed in their English ability to answer. You can have a Mixtape where you're getting all the best answers from all 3 of your math classes. And then be able to share them with your class. So really fun way to, mix, pick from different groups and different things and then create a topic or a place that you can collect those and then show those. So if you're using it with your students, you can have this set up and then during parent-teacher conferences, have one for each one of your students and say, look how well your student has done in their ability to use academic language or their English ability or anything like that. Hashtag Grid Pals is a way to find other teachers in the world that are using Flipgrid. So you can have yourself as hidden, you always start as that, and then you can also have it active. And so here's Washington. Go ahead And here's us right here. And you can see there's me. So it tells you the grades that I teach, and you can go in there and you can add, like, you know, your contact information. So if you can find another teacher that teaches the same subject as you, you can contact them and say, hey, do you want to, you know, work together to create a, you know, something that we can use together. So you can definitely do that. You can also find them down here. And people use this all over the world, in all kinds of different subjects. So this is just another great way to really make some connections with teachers that are using the same kind of tool as you. The Disco Library is a place that has pre-made topics already done for you. And so you can see the Met has some, Wonderopolis has some, World War II Museum, Tinker, Code.org, California State Parks, Nearpod has some, Epic has some. So you have some companies that have made some discussion starters and that kind of thing. And then teachers can also post on here. So you can say, all right, I'm doing high school. My subject is, let's see, I'm going to do language arts. And it will narrow it down to all kinds of different ones. And you can go through and say, okay, oh, this might be fun, 2 truths and a lie. See if I like that, and then I can add that to one of my grids. And so instead of having to remake it completely, I can just use what someone else has done. So this is a great way to really get started with yours. If you're like, I have no idea even how to think of an idea to do, look at what other teachers and other people have done, and then just use theirs. If it's available on here, they're giving permission for it to be used. You have to specifically say that you're sharing that with the group. So they have the weekly hits, so the ones that a bunch of people have been doing so far. They have some learning from home resources on here as well. And then if you are connected to my Teaching with Tech Google Classroom, you would have seen you got an email from me with a little video. And that's where shorts are from. So a lot of things that I've seen some teachers do this during this time is they have started doing morning videos and then sending those out to their students. So every morning they record themselves telling, you know, just as a way so that students can continue to see them. Good morning, I'm super excited for the day. This is what I'm doing. Take a look and see. So like I was talking about my dogs, you know, both my dogs were sitting there, so you can see a picture of my puppy in her bed next to me. And just giving them something that they can, you know, that starts off the day. You can start it off and say, these are going to be what the assignments you should be looking for. And then you can post that to your Google Classroom as a link or anything like that as just a way to get started. And the nice thing with the shorts is they're not part of a discussion board. They're just one and done kind of videos. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. I shared it to my Teaching with Technology, and then you can see it right here. And it just opens up as a link, and it's just the video, nothing else, just that video here. I can get started. So you can see mine, I put in that little Bitmoji. I can put closed captions on that if I want everyone to see that. And it's just a great way to make sure that our students are still seeing our faces. They're still getting, you know, they're still seeing a bit of a routine on that. Especially for our elementary students, I know they're probably missing you like crazy. So this might be a way that you can still get your face out there when you can't see them face to face right now. So that's available there. I also, in that resource, so this is that Flipgrid resource, I also just put the link in my Google slide, so then they can just go there and find it there as well. Right here, there we go. If you're not sure how to get started, there is a learn more about shorts, and then I added that link to that, that Google slide as well. So it's the same kind of setup. You go in, you can add as many filters and that kind of stuff as you want as a teacher. You automatically have it as 10 minutes, so you have 10 minutes to give your message to your students. And then once you're done, you can then upload it through Remind if you're sending them a good morning text. You can do it through Remind. If you're doing it through Google Classroom, it can be the very first thing every student sees in their classwork is check out this morning's video. And that's sort of how I've been seeing a lot of teachers around the world using it. So really cool, fun stuff to do, lots of different features that you can use. For getting started, For getting started, there is all kinds of links that I have found that, talk about ways to integrate it with your classroom, how to get started you as a teacher. There is a 30-minute webinar if you want to really go through. There is also Flipgrid for the camera shy. So for the students that are just like, no way am I going to do this, there are some ways that you can really get them, using this through here. And here are some directions that you can post on when you're doing it the first time with the students. Review the prompt of the discussion, think about what you're going to say, allow access to your camera and microphone, check on the lighting, speak clearly in the mic, and then look at the camera. So just giving them, oh, thank you for telling me. Let's see, my screen disappeared, 1 second. Here it is. So this is the guidelines that you can give your students. So showing them exactly how to do it. It has some fun, the teacher that created this has some fun Bitmojis to, make it fun. You can make one yourself. Flipgrid is really good about using their logo. If you go to their website, they have a way that you can download every single kind of logo they have in a bunch of different formats that you can use on a lot of these different kind of documents like this. Here are some different ideas. So for math, explaining solutions, creating and solving word problems, correcting errors, science, recording a hypothesis, brainstorming project ideas, reading, recording oral reading, practicing reading with expression, sharing a book review. For music, recording performances, brainstorming lyrics, writing. It could be crowdsourced ideas and opinions, social studies, mystery sessions, discussing primary source documents, and art, sharing our thoughts about artwork or discussing favorite artists. I mean, the options are endless, and they have created a really good list of different ideas that you can do with them. So I found these online. These are 2 different ways that you could use it with your writing or getting your students to talk about the reading. So for this one, it's an epic story, and then they can fill it out and then they record what they filled out here. Or for our older kids, this could be a book review, and they can fill this out, and then they're given that amount of time for students to look at and start talking about what they thought of the book. So still getting them the ability to talk and read and write and all that kind of stuff through here. I do have some resources for Flipgrid with math. So there is a link, and then there's 13 ways to enhance math lessons with Flipgrid. All kinds of different ideas that you can use in here. 10 awesome ways to use Flipgrid in the classroom. So Shake Up Learning has lots of different things. She has a podcast that goes through different tech tools. So she'll go through and show all the different kinds of ways that you can use it with your classroom. Found here. Here's some different ideas. So for our younger grades, plot, weekly review for junior high, math, would you rather, social media stuff, Romeo and Juliet, all kinds of different things. Teachers have really embraced Flipgrid, and they have provided a lot of different topic ideas that you can use in your classroom, which I'm so appreciative, because sometimes getting started is always the hardest part. And so when someone does that hard work for you, it's always going, yay, I can do it now. Here are some prompts. Let me make this a little bit easier to see. So these are some fun prompts that you could use for just getting started. They're not really educational. It's just, fun prompts to get the students really thinking and starting to use the program. If you go on any road trip with any person, who would you choose and where would you go? What do you think of garden gnomes? Just random questions that you can ask students that might be a lot of fun for them to answer. And then when this all came out and all the schools started closing, they provided a bunch of resources for specific remote learning. So there's a link to that on here. It gives explanation on how to get started, how to share your voice. It has some different tips for engaging families and students, and it has all kinds of different links to different resources. This one right here has 300 educators that are sitting there waiting for you to ask them questions about Flipgrid and how to use it. So definitely a great place to start. It has a little videos. I'm probably going to be uploading these videos to the parent side so that they can see that. For those students that haven't ever used Flipgrid, they can look at that and they can see how that works. Like all the rest of the tools, I am going to be creating English and Spanish versions of these on how to get started, how to get into this tool from here, so you're not having to try to explain that through a writing type of thing. And I don't know if you guys are Twitter users or not, but Flipgrid is probably one of the most active EdTech tools on Twitter. They post all kinds of different ideas and pictures and videos of other teachers around the country and around the world using this product. And so this is just a link to their Twitter page so you can see all the different things they have. And that is it as of right now. I will probably be continuing to add more resources that I'm getting to these, but there is just so much stuff you can do with Flipgrid in your class. And then this is that Flipgrid page. So it has how to sign in, creating your first grid, creating your first topic, editing a topic, how to get students signed in, all the different features that I just went through and how to respond. And then it has several links to different things here as well, including the Educator's Guide to Flipgrid. So that's all found on the e-learning website right there. So let me stop sharing. Let's see what questions I have. Can you send the video link via? Yes, yes you can. You want to share your screen like your like a screen like in a Zoom kind of screen or in a Flipgrid screen? If you are trying to share something with your students through Flipgrid, if you're using a tablet, you can always have it where it's on the reverse side, and so then you can just show them your paper if you want to show them that. I don't know if as of right now you can show them like another app from Flipgrid. I think it's just the video is the only thing that's available. If you get out of that, I think it stops the video. But if you have a couple tablets, you can always show them the screen or the link of the website on a different thing using your phone or a different device. And okay, you have the resources there. I will continue to find resources. I mean, every single time I look up Flipgrid, there's 10 more resources that are available on there. I found one on how to use Flipgrid just with kindergarten. And so I'm going to be hoping, I'm hoping to get that added to that Google slide as well. I will post that Google slide to that e-learning website as well, so you can go there and find them there as well. Anybody have any questions? I would suggest just starting off with those one and done kind of videos to get your students comfortable at just seeing your face and getting yourself comfortable with the program. And then really start looking at how you can see it and how your students can use it. I know several teachers are already starting to use it with their students, and you'll get some of those kids that are super shy. So giving them something really easy to do with it first is definitely going to be the best way to start. Is start with an introduction slider. What are you going to do today? Or just something really simple for them to do so that they can have the ability to play around with it, check it out, and then give them something educational next time. That's sort of how I always try to do my lessons with a classroom when I'm doing a new technology. But it is definitely something fun for the students to do, and something fun for them to be able to see your face and then see their classmates' faces as well, and get them really talking and continuing to use that academic language that we have all been teaching them. I don't know why anyone else having problems with hearing me? Okay. I don't know why, Glendy, it's not working.
I have my headphones on and it was chopping the way you were saying. And so I took the headphones off, I closed the door, I'm in my room and I still can hear. So it's probably my laptop then.
Okay, I am recording this too. So if you missed something specific, you can go back and rewatch this too.
Yeah, okay.
Anyone else have any questions about how to use this with their classes? Any confusion on how to get this set up? I would, spend the weekend taking a look around it, getting an account, start creating some topics and that kind of stuff, and then maybe trying it out with your students next week. And this might be a way to, contact your students is through something like this, if they're not able to get on through there. And the fact that it can be done through a cell phone is something that's also really nice, because I know most of our families do have access to at least one cell phone, and so they can access it through there. They will have access to it through Clever. Let me go back to that. So all students should see that Clever link. So when they go there, it should just take them to a sign up page. Oh, it's going to log me in because I'm in. It'll take them to a sign up page and they won't need to sign up. They'll just have a different code there. But I recommend sending them a link to the video or to the topic that you're wanting them to talk about. Let me go here. So if they start here, which is what it'll look like, they just have to enter that Flipgrid code from here. So they'll just put that code in, and that code is found. Yep. 1 second. As of right now, Flipgrid does not have a single sign-on feature. They just have that access to a link from one website to a different one. So that's that Flipgrid code that you can give them. You can either give it to them, or if you have the link, you can just send them the link to the whole website, which I think is going to be a little bit easier for this at this time. And let's see. All right. If anyone has any other questions or they're starting to go through it and they aren't sure how they're going to be able to use that, go ahead and send me an email and I can answer those questions on an individual basis. Play around with it. It's such a fun tool to use, both as a teacher and then for our students. So if no one else has any other questions, I will go ahead and sign off. Have a great day, guys, and hopefully I will see you soon.
Thanks, Angelica.